Hello there, my name is PolishLynx and this is episode 3 of Yousei. Let's go, take your step, yeah.
Alright, what's this all about?
She says they broke into this lab.
Officer, we have video evidence of his entry.
Breaking in, huh?
He frowns at me.
Did he take anything?
He did. He copied some research for a project we're working on. It's
She glances at the mirror.
important.
And when did this break-in take place?
Last week, Monday night, 10:52. We found out about it on Tuesday morning.
Karski turns to me.
Where were you at that time?
At the time, I was on a bus heading towards headquarters. I was leaving the city at the time. But I lied about my name when I got the ticket. There'd be no proof it was me on that bus. I was... The door bursts open and a girl with platinum blonde hair and wide open eyes pokes her head in the room.
He was with me!
It's you! I don't like you. I remember the ending. I don't like you. Chance. In the doorway stands Chance Jackson, part-time barista and full-time aspiring singer. We first met at a coffee shop last week. That's when I tripped over the dead body that got me tangled up with all the craziness. I didn't expect to see her again, and I certainly didn't expect her to lie to cover for me.
Miss Jackson?
Detective Karski is just as surprised as I am.
Officer, hello again.
Sorry! Lee May, goodbye. Goodbye, Chance. We are with Lee May. I'm staying with Lee May. Sorry. Chance gives Karski a small wave.
I was just coming by to drop off lunch for my boyfriend and I heard they caught a thief.
For who?
But you've got it all wrong. It's not him at all.
She looked at me and her eyes begin to well up with tears.
Don't arrest poor Kangai.
Eh?
Poor Kangai?
Eh? He glanced questioningly at me out of the corner of his eye. I shrugged.
He was at the coffee shop with me last week. We're open late and he was there the whole time.
Eh?
Is that true?
Yeah... No, but I can't prove it. No, I saw... Yeah, I was at the coffee shop.
That's not possible. Our cameras caught you.
Well, your cameras are wrong. I know what I saw.
Chance stomps her foot on the ground as if to prove a point. Jupiter doesn't seem impressed.
There's no need for your theatrics, Bertha.
Chance flinches at the mention of her birth name. Looks like these two don't get along very well. I'm not sure. I want to know the history.
Officer, you can't trust the testimony of a witness who is clearly biased towards the accused.
What? I don't know if she's biased towards me, but it is weird that she'd go out of her way to help me out of this situation. Karski looks at me with a critical eye. I turn my head to avoid his gaze.
Show me the video you mentioned earlier.
Of course. Follow me.
Karski points at me.
You come with us.
I what?
I'm not letting you out of my sight, kid. Now get up and let's go.
Right. I scramble to my feet and follow him out of the door. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Chance slip away from the group, looking for her boyfriend, I guess. Jupiter leads us down the hallway around a few corners, and into a large room hidden back of the building. I kind of expected a huge jumble of breakers and test tubes filled with mysterious boiling liquids, but everything's a lot more ordered than that. A lone laptop sits on one of the counters. Jupiter strides up to it and types in the password.
Right here. David and I are the only ones with clearance to view the security footage, so none of the others have seen this.
The screen lights up with the video that I found hidden at Mr. Autumn's place last week. There's not much to it, just someone who looks like me walking down the main hallway. At one point he glanced briefly up at the camera and offered a small salute.
Well, that's not very subtle.
It's also not me.
Then who is it? Your evil twin? An android?
I don't know. Detective Garski sighs and turns to Jupiter.
Could you give us a moment?
He grabs my arm and drags me to the corner of the room.
Listen, kid, you're on really thin ice here. We all thought highly of you and your sister. But who's to say you haven't changed these last 3 years? You've disappeared without a trace, and 2 people have died since your return. The worst part is, all of these deaths tie back to your history. You don't think that's at least a little bit suspicious?
But I didn't.
Even if you didn't kill them, you're involved. Give me a good reason why I shouldn't just arrest you now.
Because he's with us.
Aki places a firm hand on his shoulder and looks him directly in the eye.
And you know what that means.
I'm well aware of what it means. Are you?
He releases his grip on me.
What are you doing here anyway?
Aki holds up her phone.
You texted me in order to come right away.
She doesn't bother to hide the sarcasm in her voice.
And when my handler says jump,
I meant, why are you at the University of Edgewater? I wasn't informed that you were on assignment. And where are the others?
with their tour guide, as they should be. We're here on official business. I called it in this morning.
She folds her arms across her chest.
Schultz gave us the green light.
Schultz? Hang on, she's involved? Aki and Tekirski look at me, surprised.
She's the one in charge of our little work program. Didn't I tell you?
No, you never mentioned she was part of this.
Then how do you know her?
She was in charge of a similar work program with me. Aki's eyes light up.
Oh, Khan, you bad boy. I didn't know it was like that.
It's not. We volunteered for it. Unlike you, I didn't have to get arrested before I decided to work with the police. Aki shrugs.
Our way was more fun.
Yeah, that's one word for it.
Detective Gursky rolls his eyes.
Anyway, as delightful as this game of compare and contrast is, we do have more pressing matters. So maybe one of you two wants to fill me in?
Aki coughs and shoots a meaningful gaze over my shoulder. Jupiter is leaning against the wall staring at us. Deviant and Nathan peer in through the doorway, trying hard not to look conspicuous. They are all staring at us. We are too far away from them to have heard our conversation. Probably they are too far away for... What? Oh, no, okay, that's fine. We are too far away for them to have heard our conversation, but we are definitely curious about what we are talking about.
Outside, then.
The tone of his voice says there is no room for argument.
Lead the way, officer.
Tegarski gives me one last look before he and Aki exit the lab. David and Nathan scramble to get out of their way, stumbling to the lab like some sort of slapstick routine. Once they untangle from each other, they quickly take up posts on either side of Jupiter. Okay, so yeah. No response. Great. The room falls silent and I struggle for something to say. Or I don't know.
And behind this door is our Cave of Wonders, the main lab.
Aaron's voice echoes from the hallway, breaking through the silence. He swings the door open and sings a little fanfare.
Ta-da!
Now Kentley may stand behind Aaron. They look relieved to see me. Oh, hey, found my group.
Uh-oh, looks like something bad happened.
His finger hovers instinctively over his camera, ready to capture whatever bad moment might occur.
He's the one who stole our research last Monday.
Oh, stop with that crap! I wasn't that one.
No, he's not. He's my host student.
Jupiter points to her computer screen.
Oh.
He turns to me with a hard expression on his face.
Kangai, did you really steal from us?
No, I didn't! I roll my eyes. I know what it looks like, but it's not me.
Then how do you explain it?
How can I explain it if it wasn't me? God damn it, what is wrong with you? Okay, I don't see the video, maybe it's him. Now he raises his hand timidly.
Who are you?
Kisaki Suitani.
My other host student.
Aaron casts him a sideways glance.
You're not a thief too, are you?
Hey, the jury's still out on me, you know.
That's hardly the point. What? If you have something to say, just speak up.
Oh, okay.
Naoki approaches the computer and points at the person on the screen.
It's just that I noticed the hair is different. He doesn't have the black on the ends.
The guy in the video has solid dirty blonde hair, unlike me. I still have the remains of when I dyed my hair black last year. Naoki had pointed it out the first time we watched it, but we just assumed the video was taken before I dyed my hair. If this video was taken last week, that might actually count as evidence in my favor. Jupiter crosses her arms.
And what if he dyed it after this video?
But wouldn't he dye all of his hair in that case? Or get it cut?
I suppose, but it's still a flimsy alibi. Combined with an eyewitness account of you somewhere else, though,
She bites her lip.
something feels wrong here, but I won't deny the evidence.
She's annoying a bit.
Maybe you could call it reasonable doubt?
Exactly?
I mean, it's enough of a difference to think it might be someone else, right?
Exactly!
We'll see after the police sort it out.
Where'd that police dude go anyway?
Jupiter sighs.
Don't you two have somewhere to be? Like, office hours in the library?
Oh. Right.
Dios mío, do I have to remind you of everything? Try not to keep your students waiting too long.
The two of them scurry out of the room and slam the door shut behind them. The room falls into an uncomfortable silence, punctuated only by the sound of footsteps echoing in the hallway. Before their footsteps fade, the bell in the center of campus begins to ring.
And now they're late.
How do you know? Maybe if I made it on time. Something wrong?
I'm not sure.
Lucky frowns, he looks troubled.
It's not the same.
What's not the same? He turns away from Jupiter and whispers to me.
The bell sounds different than it did this morning.
I shrug. Sounds the same to me, it's probably nothing. His expression tightens. If you care that much, go check it out. He poops his head back and forth as he's having trouble making decision.
What's wrong?
I was just wondering if there was something special about the bell that just rang.
Not particularly.
We can go look at it if you want.
Are you sure?
Uh-huh. Let's go.
But what about Haru? Maybe we should wait for her.
You go ahead, we'll let her know where you are when she gets back. Naoki thinks about it for a moment before nodding.
Okay, let's go.
Haru and Naoki leave, and the room again settles into yet another uncomfortable silence. That seems to be the theme of the day. Now might be a good time to try to convince Jupiter I'm innocent. I just want you to know that I'm not the guy in the video. I'm really sorry about all the confusion. If there's anything I can do... Oh man. Anything I can do, that sounds weird. No, I'm not the guy in the... That also sounds stupid. I just want to... I'm not the guy in the video.
You know, the more you say it, the less trustworthy you sound.
Thanks. Yeah, I guess so.
Let me be honest with you. I'm not above saying there's reasonable doubt. The video is blurry, your hair is different. Maybe it's not you.
Thanks.
But the way you're behaving doesn't instill much trust. You're clearly hiding something.
Yeah, she's sharp. We all have our secrets, don't we?
Yes, but mine is simply an obsession with fantasy movies. Yours is...
She looks troubled.
I sense that you've been feeling guilty for a while.
Hey, did you miss me?
Yes! Yes! Aki pokes her head in the room and flashes me a teasing grin. I'm not sure how to answer that.
You could say yes.
I said yes! He did it! And where's the detective?
Out. He said he had to call someone.
Aki tosses herself casually onto one of the stools and spins around.
Where's my brother?
He went off to the clock tower with Aaron.
Why?
Her voice tenses up. Said the trimming sounded funny. He seemed really bothered by it, so I told him to go check it out. No big deal, it was probably nothing bad.
Nothing?
Aki stands up so quickly that she knocks her stool over. Even Li Mei looks a little worried.
Con, you don't understand. It's never nothing.
She turns to Li Mei,
Are you getting anything?
shakes her head apologetically.
It is too far away. I cannot make anything out.
Then we're going.
Aki strides out the door without another word, and Li Mei follows her obediently. I'm just gonna... Jupiter waves me off absent-mindedly.
Just go.
I rejoin Aki and Li Mei outside the Apology building.
Which way did they go?
I think this path is the shortest. I point to a narrow path that cuts across the campus to the clock tower. Wordlessly, Aki takes off in a flat-out run, feet pounding against the concrete. Li Mei follows without question. Her steps are smaller than Aki's, but she seems to float effortlessly above the ground. I chase after the two guards, but it becomes increasingly difficult to keep up with them. Li Mei glances over her shoulder and notices me struggling to keep up. She slows her pace a bit, holding a spot somewhere between Aki and me. My heart is pounding harder and harder. Since when was running this difficult? Aki disappears over here, and I find myself gasping for breath as I slow to an even jog. My head is throbbing too. What's wrong with me? As I drag my feet along the ground, I realize that Li Mei has stopped moving. She stands at the top of the hill, clutching her stomach. If she and I are both feeling this sick... I reach the top of the hill and we both stand in the shadow of the clock tower.
It's death.
What? Okay, that's a bit too much. No, it isn't. But this is the moment I will end the episode. With that terrible message from Li Mei. So see you then. Bye. See you in the next one.